Hi, I'm Laura from 5 out of 4 Patterns and welcome to Sewing School. Today we're talking about the knot detail of our new Sally skirt. So I've got the tutorial all printed out and ready to go for the knot detail waistband of our Sally skirt. We're going to jump right in. We're going to go step by step slowly through this process so that we can clear up any confusion you may have about this awesome and fun detail of the Sally skirt. Alright, so you could see at the beginning of the tutorial section for the knot waistband, it tells you all about the pieces that you've cut out. And as you can see, I've got my pieces right here. This is the left side piece, this is the right side of the knot piece, and this is the actual waistband pieces. There are two of them for the front and the back. And these are this is the kids size 7, I believe, that I'm doing. So you have a picture to help clarify exactly what we're talking about for each of these pieces. If we look at step 1 of the knot detail waistband, we're dealing with the long piece that's the left side of the knot. So that's the first step. It says fold up the bottom edge of the left knot piece, wrong sides together. So I'm going to bring my wrong sides here, and then I'm going to fold this up a 1/2 inch and press. So let's get our measuring tool here, get ourselves about a 1/2 inch, and then we're going to press it. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sew with a stretch stitch, cover stitch, or twin needle across this, this piece that we just hemmed. Here we are, we've got our piece folded and pressed and stitched with a cover stitch. Now we're going to repeat this, let's move this to the side, and repeat this with the right knot piece. Now make sure you're looking at the picture so you know what it looks like, so we're doing it the right way. Alright, this is the wrong side up, and so we are again going to fold up about a 1/2 inch, and we're going to press that as well. Okay. Alright, now that we've pressed that, I'm going to go back to my cover stitch machine. You can use a cover stitch, you can use a stretch stitch, or you can use a twin needle to stitch across that, that folded up portion. And I'll be right back. Alright, I finished up hemming both of my pieces, and I've got my left piece and my right piece. And the next thing says to lay our left knot piece right side up, and then center our right knot piece on top of it, also right side up. So let's find the center of our left piece. And we'll do that by folding it in half and marking it with a pin. Use whatever you want to mark it. I'm using a pin because it's just easy and it's what I have. Now we're going to take our right knot piece, and we're going to put it also right side up with this long raw edge meeting this center point. Okay, so our hemmed edges will be touching, and I will line up this raw edge, this tall raw edge, with my center marking. All right, now let's look here. We're going to be working with two points here, point A and point C. Okay, so step 4 says on the left knot piece, bring point C up to meet point A with right sides together. Our knot piece will be sandwiched, our right knot piece will be sandwiched in between. So let's do that. So we're going to bring this up here, we're going to bring the C point to the A point, and we're going to pin. Okay, now we see, you can see our right knot piece is sandwiched in between. Now it says pin the edge of the left knot piece and sew with a stretch stitch or serger as close as possible to the right knot piece. Be sure that you stop before you get to the right knot piece. You do not want to sew into this right knot piece. So we're going to kind of, we're going to pin that knot piece in place a little bit. We don't want it to move around too much. Keep it stable, but we want to kind of gather it in. Okay, so we can sew as far as we can, as close as we can to that knot piece without coming in to the knot piece itself. So let's give it a couple of pins here. Oops. Make sure we're all lined up properly. There we go. Okay, and as it says, it's okay to squish down the right knot piece as much as you can. So really scoot that on over into this center area. Now we're going to stitch with a stretch stitch or a serger across here as close as we can get to that right knot piece. Okay, so I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, I have stitched as close to this without hitting it as I can. So we're moving on to step 5. Now, on the right knot piece, we have 2 points. We have point E, which is this upper point here, and we have point D. Now, you're going to meet those points together, okay? It says, bring point D up to meet point E with right sides together. And we're going to pin it in place. Sew with a stretch stitch or a serger as close as possible to the left knot piece, just like we did, squishing down the left knot piece. So squish that thing down as much as you possibly can. And be sure to stop sewing before we get to the left knot piece. We do not want to sew into or through the left knot piece. So we're going to push that in there. Make sure our raw edges are all out. All right. All right, so you can see I've got us pinned together here, and I'm going to go and sew that. Okay, here we go. We've got it all done. We've got it stitched over here, and we've got it stitched over here, and now we're ready to move to step 6, which says, now you will need to pull the raw edge of your right knot piece out of the knot you created, okay? So, there it is. We pull it straight through. How cute is that? All right, and now we have 2 pieces. Just like this. You see it? How cute. So just kind of, you know, work it a little bit so the raw edges are, or the wrong side of the fabric is not showing. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. We should now be able to see the knot we have created, which we have, and it is super, super cute. Step 7 says, sew a gathering or basting stitch along the raw edges of both sides of our knot detail. So here we are. I've sewn my basting or gathering stitch on either end of those raw edges, and we will then gather them to meet, move one of these, we only need one, to meet these two markings here. So we'll gather them until they fit there. Okay, we'll just do that. And there we have it. Now that they're going to fit there. So it says lay out your yoga waistband piece, which I did with the right sides up. Then we're going to place the knot detail on top, also right sides up, lining up the knot detail with the marks in the waistband, which we have done, and we are going to pin those or clip those together so they're not going anywhere. Making sure you're trying to, you try to even out your ruffle a little bit here, your gather, so it's got an even amount of gathers here. I'm even going to put a pin in the middle. Okay, and now we'll do the other side. I'm evening out my gathers, just straightening them as I go, so everything looks super pretty. All right, show you what I've got here. This is what it looks like all pinned. I'm saying that is just so cute. So cute. All right, so we've done that. We are now going to baste these two pieces together just to keep them together so they're not sliding about, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we've got it. We've got our knot detail in place, basted in place, so it's not going to go anywhere. Step 10 says now place your second yoga waistband. Place your second yoga waistband piece on top of the knot detail, wrong side up. So we're doing right sides together here, wrong side up. Okay? Let's go ahead and pin or clip those, and then we're going to serge these side seams using a stretch stitch or serger. Okay, here we are. I have finished it. You can see that I have my side seams serged, and if I turn it right side out, you can see what that will look like. Now, the next thing you have to do is just follow the instructions for completing the rest of the waistband further on in the tutorial, but that is how you complete the beautiful knot detail on our new Sally skirt. I hope you had a great time with me today on Sewing School, and I will see you next time. Bye!